Welcome to the Callidus Process. We realise that people don't build their homes or renovate very often, so it's important for your architect to have a process to get you a stunning design and to be able to explain that process to you very clearly. So that's what we're doing today, is just explaining the process of getting to the point where you have a stunning design that you are deliriously happy with and you're very proud to show off to other people. Before we do that, who is Mona Quinn? Well, Mona Quinn is one of New Zealand's leading character home architects. She is an author, a speaker, a commentator. You may have read her book, The 7 Mistakes People Make When Renovating. You may have heard her speak, or you may have seen some of the many interviews in the media in New Zealand where she's commentating on character homes and architecture. She got her training originally in Denmark at the Royal Academy of Arts, and then moved on to the School of Architecture, two very prestigious schools in Europe. And of course she's then come out to New Zealand and combined her European sophistication and flair with the pragmatic number 8 wired in New Zealand. She's got a passion for character houses and she's bringing the best of both worlds. So let's go through the Callidus process where we can get you a beautiful result that you're going to be proud of and great living. So there's 7 steps to go through to get a stunning design, and step number 1 is simply acknowledge there is a process that we'll be taking you through, and it is an important process from Mona's point of view because the process allows her to give you exactly what you're after. So step number 1 is just confirm you're happy to go through the process. Step number 2 is Mona will email you a questionnaire. Quite a high level questionnaire, but it's a chance for you to tell us what you want and what you don't want anymore in your house, in the way you live. It's a chance for Mona then to understand how you think and how you're feeling and what you're seeing. And from that she'll be able to turn up to the meeting feeling briefed and have a clear idea of where to go next. Before you get to that meeting, you'll receive an information pack, and this information pack is ready to educate you about the design process. They say 80% of the success of a project comes from the design, so it's really important for you to know how to go through the process, what you need to know about design, about colours, about emotions, about feel, about all sorts of things. And this information pack will give you a good head start on that, so please read and absorb that information pack. This all happens before you meet with Mona on the first session, which will be the briefing meeting. And this is a chance to get the ideas out of your head and onto paper. Now, of course, you've already filled out a questionnaire, so Mona is sort of a couple of steps ahead. But this is a meeting for you to verbally share those ideas, maybe show some pictures that you've got if you've kept a scrapbook, which is often a good idea, and to combine your passion and your vision with Mona's understanding of how to make it all happen. In that meeting, Mona will then go away and look to put together a document that takes all the ideas that you've discussed. Now, of course, she's going to send you back a draft brief, and this is a chance for you to review the draft brief and make sure that she's captured everything you want in the way that you want it. She'll also include a contract brief, which you'll have to sign at some stage, so it's good to get that contract brief, have a look through that, make sure you're happy with everything in that. And also she'll highlight any external expenses that she thinks may come up that you need to be aware of. She really wants to remove any unforeseen expenses and highlight them very early in the process so you know what could arise. So review that draft brief. Once you've reviewed it and had a look through it, it'll give you an idea of ballpark of the costs you're looking at and give you a very good framework. You may need to adjust this brief. Once you see what it's going to cost, you may want to adjust it, or you may find there's some things that have been left out or not quite explained as you want them. This is what will happen next, is step number 6. Mona will either meet with you or speak to you on the phone and get you to verbally confirm that the brief she's given you is exactly what you want and nothing that you don't want. Now, of course, if it's not exactly what you want or adjustments need to be made for any reason, because sometimes you don't know what you don't like until you see it on paper, then maybe you go back to step number 4 and it's a chance to re-go over the brief again and refine it and have another iteration at getting it right. So once you have verbally confirmed, it's time to go to step number 7, which is simply officially confirm. So there'll be a document where you'll sign off on the brief that this is exactly what you want. And that's when you've got your stunning design ready to go for the build. Good stuff. Everything ticked off and ready to go. Step number 8 is really just the building process. So you're either planning to fail or you're failing to plan. The planning process is so important. Those 7 steps are so important to getting you a stunning design, and that's what we really want to help you get. Of course, once you've got the design, then the build happens. And the build happens on top of the design. The design really sets the whole framework for what's going to happen. And that is how you come up with a house that you're going to love, that you're going to enjoy bringing your family and friends into and raising your family in. So that's the simple 7-step process. Hope it's clear and simple, and look forward to receiving more information from you and helping you through this process.